Let me tell you a story. After finishing my second semester of university, I got literally back to my house, decided to just get better and spending all my summer on this trend called winter arc. Well, for here in Peru, it's actually summer arc because we are approximately on 30 degrees, but the thing was just focusing on myself. And what would you think about that? My life would improve? Actually, it just got worse. The reason I was grinding 24/7. I was just spending time at home without actually going out, which is kinda healthy. Supposedly, I am not referring going out like club, etc., but just to get out from house, I don't know, to do something, to go for a walk, or just to exercise outside. With no jokes, it was just working for 4 days straight on my bedroom. Maybe because I had to buy something or maybe some food, I just went to the market for 30 minutes. And that's all. After having 3.5 years on self-improvement and quitting my anxiety totally, it started to come back. And the same thing was like scrolling or becoming undisciplined, skipping some sleep time. So by putting more work, I actually became less productive. And why? What is the relation between this story with the title? And that is that I was disgusted with my own life. That is not related at all with the fact that I went harder, okay? And this took me a while to admit, to realize, and to say that we are on a matrix. So just because of this, I was very offended with myself, obviously, because it was like, bro, you want to get better and you are actually getting worse. And in my very frustration moments, I just got back to my productivity place and just get into reading or listening audiobooks. All of this related with self-improvement, getting better, spirituality, etc, etc, etc. Let's take this first aspect, which is the most important one, spirituality. The majority of the self-improvement books that you will read will sustain spirituality as the most important thing, because you must manifest, you must think positive, no matter what are you confronting, etc, etc, etc. Let me tell you something. Have you applied them? Probably yes. Probably you've applied these tips about the spirituality and staying nice. I can also guarantee you that you've asked yourself if that really works, because it doesn't look transformative. So supposedly, why to do again all this stuff and getting on the same process if I return to bad habits, I return to negativism? The problem number one that few people will tell you about is that spirituality has become mad. And what we don't realize is that self-improvement is an industry, fast-growing industry that on the last few years got tremendously high. Here you have some statistics. I am not lying you. So when something useful gets popular, the marketers and all the people associated with the industry and production will leverage exploiting it as much as they can to maximize profits. It happened with entertainment on the past. Probably if you come from this gaming or consuming stuff, you will notice. The thing is that it also happens with self-improvement. So spirituality became marketing, and that means that it's being treated as a magical promise, just because humans are attracted to exaggeration, to something that will change your life instantly. You will become another person overnight, just as a transformation. That's why also transformations, new forms, and some entertainment stuff sell really that much. So if they promise us all of these magical changes with minimal effort, basically they are doing it well with us, because that is basically the nature of any animal, getting the most quantity of results with the less effort possible. Just as a crocodile's technique, that would be just sitting on the river, opening the mouth, and then wait to the fish so the food arrives itself. Now, let's be honest, how many times have you felt well by reading self-improvement books or listening to this kind of audio. Yeah, it is basically normal. For example, I am being responsible because I am, I don't know, studying or I am training, etc. It's just a natural feeling. But when it comes to this consumption, it's questionable. Just because when we listen to motivational quotes, we feel good. And maybe that is the problem because these books and content in general are full of empty, plain, and meaningless motivational quotes like "you can do it," "give your best," "all depends on you," etc. How many times you've listened to those? These are nice words, but empty. Positivism is something obviously good for us, okay, like getting onto the right mindset. But how many books, videos, just repeat those typical advices that don't contribute to something. They are all basically the same. And I am telling you, this is a self-improvement channel, right? Just because selling for them matter most than actually getting real valuable information, which is obviously harder to get. Also, it will take more time. So what you are purchasing in general are just recycled books that they do not take that much time, because actually the most important part is the marketing as something new and miraculous. On top of that, spirituality has become a certain way of escaping from the magic. The spiritual creating and that stuff is not a magical process, okay? Let me tell you that. Because by actually getting onto this new marketed aspect, we are getting into another matrix. If you are acting probably like everyone, look at me, publishing on your Instagram stories like I am reading this and it feels amazing, I am improving, etc. This kind of self-improvement and walls with empty content, well, it is getting on that kind of matrix. And the other part, which is I think the worst one, would be that spiritualism is becoming a kind of tie to toxic productivity and so unrealistic promises, as I've told you, like think positively and everything will be done, or work hard, extremely hard, but be positive. On 1 week and 2 weeks, you will have the life of your dreams. You will move from poverty to a private island. Let's be again honest. Why do many people buy this kind of spiritual books and all this marketing that we've talked around? Just because there's a link between them. Because supposedly by being like that, you will be more productive, and by being more productive, you will earn more, and by earning more, you will be supposedly happier. So we are still attached to the capitalism problem. Isn't that paradoxical? Yes, because it's just getting back onto the same problem. Same thing happens with self-improvement, and I told you this on another video, which was that false spirituality relates the process of getting skills, abilities, and all of this productivity stuff getting better or being happier. Just another way of materialism, but supposedly internal. And let's analyze how can we solve this problem and not getting into this trap. Let me quote an extract of an Alan Watts book, which I think that gets excluded of all of this discussion. It was a materialist is simply someone who loves matter. Okay, so we must actually love our process of being here without thinking that much about what goes overgrounded, and so feeling just the world that we are in. This is just the case about comparing Buddha and Lao Tzu. Buddha was too abstract, Lao Tzu was too terrenal. And the truth is that we are comparing ourselves too much with our best version, with our best self and the most omnipotent one. We've also been taught to just compare ourselves with our best version and to approach to it as much as we can, but actually it is unreachable. It's actually very pointless, because when we arrive to that omnipotent version, it becomes even more omnipotent. Trying to do everything on the right way just because you are spiritual and supposedly mentally perfect is also pointless. Finally, what I offer you to approach is stoicism. The Stoics were right.
Grant me a strength to endure what cannot be changed, the courage to change what I can, and the wisdom to distinguish one from the other.
Improvement is very subjective, and on the way that I explain you how to actually improve, which is just not look into the skills and all the activities you do as this kind of materialism stuff, is what will make you better. Because if not, we are going to be attached to sufferment forever. What I offer you is just to feel the world, the moment that you have right now, and stop chasing for something that is light years from you. If you need to be foolish and stupid, well, just do it. And finally, happiness, for the love of God, is not an answer, it's a mindset, it's something that you build over time. Happiness is not something that you must reach, because obviously there are times where you don't feel that this style offers you happiness as the first option to get into self-improvement. My zero option would be the inner peace and self-control, because we are still humans, we still react to circumstances, to the people that surround us, all the things that happen in our life. Therefore, happiness is a reaction. Open yourself if you want, but inner peace is a way to control your reactions. Ironically, what leads you to truth of souls is doing the opposite of what they tell you. Thanks for watching. I am Fabricio Machado. Follow me on Instagram. We have also the summary of all the stuff on Medium. Subscribe to the channel if seriously you would like more of this self-improvement analysis. Actually, applying all of this, maybe just more peaceful, more happier also. Goodbye.